Tell us what happened here today, or what you saw, what you heard.
Well, we were sitting there watching TV, and we heard somebody ring the doorbell, so I got up, and some guy was standing there at the door. He asked me if I'd call 911, that he had just murdered somebody. So I told my wife to call 911, and I went outside and was talking to him and asking him questions about it, but he just told me I asked him who he killed, and he said his mother. And I said, well, how'd you do that? He said, I beat her with a hammer. And I said, why'd you do it? And he just kept telling me lots of reasons. He wouldn't ever tell me why.
Saying earlier, you talked to some people, you want to get some stuff off your chest. We're here to listen to you.
Why are you here? What happened?
Can you tell us what happened?
Well, has anybody gone to the house yet? Do you really?
We know what happened.
We have, but we want to hear it from you.
Or we have an idea. You don't want to look at this. Start at the beginning, man. What caused all this?
Well, very beginning, I asked my mother for permission to die, or rather kind of commit suicide, or sort of beating around the bush sort of thing. Because, well, that doesn't really matter why I wanted to kill myself.
Sure it does.
I'm bored with life. I don't like life. I don't like people. I don't like living it, basically. There's really anything depressing about it. It just is what it is. And so I wrote the note. I did.
When did you write the note?
Around 6-ish, 7-ish.
Today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Okay.
That's in the afternoon?
Afternoon.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then
She get upset with you?
well, no, actually. I molded over. And then on a whim, actually, I turned it over, wrote a plan to kill both my mother and my sister, quite frankly. That's always been a thing of mine. I'm a bit of a pervert.
Yeah. Is it like a fantasy thing?
It is, actually. So, that didn't happen. Best laid plans never work out, apparently, or at least the one scribbled on a piece of paper, because she had decided she was sick of her stuff and she was going to go send me to live with my sister again. And so I kind of leapt off in a fury and just did it right then and there.
Okay. You did what?
Well, I tried to strangle her with a cord, a ripped cord from a video game console controller. That didn't work, huh?
What was your plan to strangle her?
She was sitting on the couch watching TV.
Okay.
That didn't work out too well. She started screaming, and so I went to her room, opened a drawer at the very bottom to the right. I pulled out a hammer. I went back in the living room, and, well, you kind of get the gist from there. And she was out pretty quickly. Kind of tried to play dead at first, but then I finished it.
So you hit her with a hammer when she was sitting in the sofa in the living room?
No, first I tried to strangle her, and that didn't work. Right. I grabbed the cord, so I raced back into her room, grabbed the hammer, came back out, and then did it.
Okay. How many times did you hit with a hammer in the living room?
At least 20, but then she was still alive. I dragged her into the room, as you probably clearly saw, and I kind of warmed my hands into her brain to kind of just cut it. She was still snoring.
Okay. So she was still alive?
She was still alive.
And you went in there and you kind of grabbed those brains?
Yeah, finished it.
All right. Did you use a knife on her?
Actually, I was going to, but no, I didn't get to do that.
Did you, I guess you never got to stab her with a knife?
No.
It was all with a hammer?
It was all with the hammer in my hand.
Where did you hit her with the hammer?
The head.
All in the head area?
All in the head, I believe. I may have gotten her hand because she was covering herself.
Okay.
Is this in the front or the back of the head?
Top, back, mainly. No, actually, the entrance wound is around yonder somewhere here.
Okay. And then, so when you dragged her to the living room, to the bedroom, you kept on hitting her there?
Yeah, kind of.
That's where that's when you reached in and grabbed her brain?
Yeah, I kicked at it a bit. Then I just, that was kind of silly, but then, yeah, I just decided to reach in and kind of just do it.
Mm-hmm. And then what did you do after that?
Then I had sex with her corpse.
You did? Did you come inside her?
I did, actually.
Have you ever done that before, like had sex with her?
No, I haven't, actually.
This is just the first time?
Oh, yeah, I lost my virginity to a corpse.
Okay. Did you change in the bathroom? Did you?
I did. I took a bath before then. My penis, really. Well, that's a little personal, but yeah, I needed to clean it off, and so, and then I changed. Yeah.
Okay. What about your sister? What's your sister's name?
Desiree Hill.
Is she okay?
She is okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Where does she live?
It's an old apartment complex with a code.
Was it a fantasy of yours to kill her as well?
It
and
was.
Did you write down that on your note?
Oh, I did actually, but I decided against it because, well, I'd had my fill of killing. I didn't. Seemed a little much.
Mm-hmm.
Too excessive. Yeah.
So after you went in and you killed her, and you made sure that she was dead by grabbing her brain and moving it around, then you took her clothes off, or what? Or was she already unclothed?
Actually, I had to drag her by her clothes to get her in there. It was very laborious, actually.
Mm-hmm.
She's a pretty big woman, she's heavy.
Yeah.
Hey, is she your natural mother? Biological mother?
Yeah, actually, she is my natural mother.
Mm-hmm.
I take after my father.
Okay.
Hey, what kind of thrill did you get by having sex with her?
I'd always loved my mother, I guess in the wrong sort of way, but a kind of love, I guess. Maybe some rage. Maybe just a little.
You know, Freudian style?
Freudian? I kind of get where you're coming from. Sure, why not? Yeah.
All right. Have you killed anybody else before?
I have not.
You just fantasized about it?
I just fancy, yeah.
What got you to this point? Tell us about what got you to this point. Did you hate life? You wanted to commit suicide? Oh, what did you say about when you told her you wanted in a roundabout way to commit suicide? She said no. She said yes. What did she say to you?
She said, basically, I'm a grown man, and what I do, she can't really stop me. She was distraught over it, of course. I mean,
Of course.
yeah, she said she'd cope with it. I mean, if you kill him, that's kind of why she wanted me to go away. Why she called my sister to come pick me up, and that's kind of why I just left.
So at that point, you got pissed?
Not necessarily. I just knew it was time to act now or never.
How long have you had this thought fever?
It's around my preteens, actually. Yeah.
You ever seek any kind of medical attention, psychological? You feel like you can cope with that?
Nope, I never really seeked help, actually. I just accepted it as a part of me. I wasn't really ashamed of it. It just was what it was.
Let's talk about the notes that you wrote. How many notes did you write?
3.
3. There was one in the living room.
Yeah.
That one was addressed to who?
Desiree, my sister, because I knew she's a good girl, but rather sensitive. I knew she would lose her head if she kind of saw that.
You remember what the note said?
Keep your head. Hurry. She might still be alive, although I highly doubt it, in parentheses.
Mm-hmm.
Something along those lines. Yeah. Sincerely.
But when you wrote the note, you knew your mom was already dead.
Oh, yeah, I knew it. And,
So you're just messing with Desiree by writing that she might still be alive?
And my sick sense of humor,
Okay.
I was pretty well off my rocker by then.
All right. And then there's a second note in your mom's bedroom. What did that one say? You remember?
Chase me.
Was that addressed to the police or to who?
I was in a very playful mood at the time.
Okay.
I just wanted to run. Just wanted to see how far I could get. But,
Yeah. So what? Your plan was to leave town, or what? According to one of the notes that you wrote.
Oh yeah,
But a bus,
yeah,
taking
the Greyhound bus.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna try to get out of the state or anything really.
But I guess something else happened. You ended up at somebody's house.
No,
What
actually.
happened?
I told you my plan was foiled because she wanted. She talked to me. She said my sister's gonna come pick me up now, like in a few minutes.
Uh huh.
Go live with her, and that's when I said it's time to act, now or never.
I see.
I just went over there to their house to use their phone, and then they wanted. I was using their phone, so I thought I might as well tell them when they asked me questions. I mean, they had questions on using their phone, and
Where was this at? Where did you end up at?
ultimately, I ended up in the backwoods of a ditch,
Here in town or out of town?
Robstown.
In Robstown. How did you get over there?
In Corpus Christi, I biked halfway, and then I got to the train tracks, and then I ditched the bike in the thick woods, and then from the train tracks, I just walked.
To Robstown.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you came up to the. Was it like the first house that you saw, or how did you?
Oh.
How did you go to this house to ask to use the phone?
Initially, my plan was just to run as far as I can, but then I ended up crying my eyes out in like the thick woods, like, oh, what did I do? And I realized, oh, you don't know what you lost till you've already lost it. And so I knew that my life wasn't going to go anywhere, not anymore. So I just kind of gave it up midway.
Mm-hmm. So you.
But what brings you here other than your life? You just give up on life now and you need to tell somebody what happened, basically, right?
I guess, yeah.
Your inside is you want to do one thing, but your inside tells you more, like your heart, right? It's talking out of your heart. You know, you feel sorry you did this to your mom?
In a way, yes, but I wouldn't take back what I did. It's strange, really. I did love her. In a way.
Is she being mean to me?
Oh, no, she's been the best mother.
Okay, so nothing that she did?
Oh, absolutely nothing, no.
If I was to ask you, what did she do to deserve this, what would you answer?
Absolutely nothing. I'm a terrible, cruel, disgusting person. Yeah, basically.
How'd you come up with the idea to kill her and have sex with her?
How did I come up with it?
Yeah, was it?
It's been a developing
Just,
idea. My brain.
But you haven't gotten ideas from games or videos, or you're not into some of those dark games?
Some things inspired me, but they did not necessarily plant the seed.
Mm-hmm.
You get me? They didn't plant the seed, but they did egg me on, rather, I guess.
Is that the books you've been reading?
Not necessarily. I watched them. I recently got into watching some foreign movies, creepy stuff, not necessarily mainstream horror, the kind of stuff that you keep away from.
Oh, okay. So are you into witchcraft? Anything like that?
No. Not right. I guess it sounds kind of strange.
I'm just interested because it's something unusual and you're here telling us about it and you appear to be a nice guy. You appear to be a good guy. You're not yelling and screaming at us.
You seem very rational.
You're very rational. You're a pretty good guy. Just what I'm trying to figure out, that's all.
Well, despite how I ended her life, I'm kind of more fascinated by the more artistic ways of murder, the meticulous manner, the way they cut them open, just slice them to pieces. I mean, such care, such love.
Where did the hammer come from that you used?
From her drawer.
Okay.
Yes.
And then after you killed her, you just left it there, the hammer?
I did.
Yes. If you saw a hammer there next to her body, that's the one you used.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there was some blood in the knife, but you said you never used it. I guess just blood, just from where you grabbed it around the.
Oh, that knife. Actually, I used that to stir her brains up a little, but then that didn't really work out, so I just kind of decided to delve on it.
Did you do that in the living room or the bedroom? Because we found that it wasn't in the bedroom.
I may have started at.
So,
Yeah, actually, I used the knife in the living room, and then didn't I take it with me?
so her brains were already kind of coming out in the living room when you dragged it?
Yes, but she was still snoring like a baby, and so I just kind of dragged her.
Explain to her how you grabbed her so that you wouldn't leave such a mess in the carpet.
That
Did you carry her from underneath the arms and just dragged her, or how did you drag her?
it was very sloppy, actually. I kind of just winged it. I dragged her from her shirt. I dragged her by her legs. I dragged her by any way I kind of felt. I mean,
Okay.
I don't really exert physical labor, so I'm not a very strong person.
How about Dad? Where's Dad? He's not in the picture, your dad?
No, not really. He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an idea what he said?
Probably somewhere in Fort Worth.
How do you do in schoolwork, man? Going back to school, how do you do in schoolwork?
Pretty mediocre. I never really could muster, but didn't even really care. I mean, I guess I excelled in English for all that was worth.
Okay. How about sports?
No, I don't like sports.
Did you ever tell anybody else what your plans were? That, you know, what you wanted to do, your mom or your sister?
No, but over the years there were hints. As a younger boy, I was a lot dumber, a lot more angsty. You know, I said things, but I guess they basically brushed it off. I guess the hints were everywhere, but they're my family, and family looks past that kind of stuff, or they try to not look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Let me ask you, at this point, what do you consider yourself? Do you consider yourself, I'm going to use a dirty word, okay, but I don't mean I don't mean to insult you, okay? Do you consider you mentally disturbed? Do you consider yourself crazy? What do you consider yourself, any of those? Or do you think you're okay? You just got some bad thoughts?
I'm not mentally disturbed. I mean, I'm sane. I know exactly what I did. I know that it's wrong, the traditional sense of wrong.
Hello.
It was just a fantasy you had, and you had to carry it out.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Now I feel vaguely, kind of like I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Do you still feel like, well, you're done with your mom. Do you still feel like you want to keep on killing? To keep on, you know, with other fantasies? Or how do you feel?
I came here to pay for my crimes, so I guess I should continue with the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Truthfully,
Yes, definitely.
I would kill again.
Mm-hmm.
how about us? You think you want to kill us?
Oh, no, rather men aren't my thing, actually.
Women.
Yeah,
Okay.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I don't.
You
I've
don't-
never had a girl.
You never had a girlfriend?
I'll tell you what, give me your fancy of killing a woman. What would your fancy killing would be? Your ace killing, what would that be?
This is a little peculiar. I'm on camera. Okay,
I'm not surprised at what I'm going to hear, but you tell me.
maybe dressing up in a nice suit, sneaking into her house, disabling her boyfriend. You know, yeah, I'd bring a pretty dress with me to dress her up in. I was always into strangling, but after that last blunder, I guess maybe something big and sharp would be more along my thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I could, I don't know, probably decapitate her, as I prefer my women dead.
Okay.
I'd dress her up, I'd stitch her up, kind of try to work the head back on, perhaps. I don't know. Then I'd go to town, and it would be a night to remember.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd kind of just burn everything and run for the hills.
You mentioned that you lost your virginity to a corpse.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? What happened?
Oh, well, just last night, my mother. Yeah.
Okay, not somebody else. You're talking about your mom.
Yes.
Okay, so before that you had never had sex.
Well, I guess since I'm being quiet about it, I might as well tell you now. Yeah, and it's on the note too, the PS part. We used to have a gray cat named Claire. Oh yeah, bestiality is a thing of mine too.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know. And so I strangled it, I drowned it, and then I cut it open, and you know the rest.
Mm.
I get the rest.
You had sex with a cat, with a dead cat.
Yeah, ripped it open, stuck it in there. Yeah.
You ever had sex with a live person?
No. No.
So that your thing, having sex with a live person, that doesn't turn you on. It's the dead thing, dead person, dead animals. That's what turns you on.
I don't necessarily mind. I don't have standards or morals.
Mm-hmm.
Body's a body, and in the end, piece of meat. I guess it's harsh to say, but
Mm-hmm.
but no, I don't necessarily mind.
How about the idea of hurting yourself? Do you have the same idea now?
Oh,
Do you have the same idea that you want to hurt yourself, commit suicide?
no, it's over for me. I'll face the music. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
There's not a happy ending for me yet.
Well, just tell me, what do you think should happen to you? What do you think your punishment should be?
whatever the judge, the people, jury deems fit. I can rot, I can suffer for years, or I can give the death penalty, whatever they think.
What do you think you deserve? Killing your mom, having sex with your mom.
I deserve to rot and suffer. I mean, it is what it is.
Okay, I want to give you some options here. Okay. 10 years probation, 20 years in the pen, 100 years in the pen. What do you prefer from those series?
Name them again.
Probation, 10 years. 10 years in the pen, 50 years, 100 years in the pen.
100,
The maximum.
I suppose. I mean,
I admire your mind, man. You don't sit here and try to baby yourself to death.
came here to face the music, I guess.
Yeah, right. Thank you, brother, man. Stories, okay? We're working a case right now, okay, about your brothers.
He killed my mom.
What was the last time you saw your mom?
We just went to. Fuck, man, no!
Babe.
Talked to her last night.
At what time?
She told me her and Kevin got in a fight, and he was just being disrespectful. I'm just saying real hurtful things. She called me. She said she called me when she felt stronger.
Okay.
And
Who got in a fight with you?
Kevin
Kevin?
Kevin was just being disrespectful or something, and it was something as simple as like this commercial came on for like eHarmony or some dating site or something, and he just out of the blue said, "Yeah, Mom, you gave up on love," and she said, "No, Kevin, I didn't give up on love, but even if I wanted to find love and I couldn't and have anybody over because you're here." And I mean, that's my mom. Really, she loves this kid. You know, she was just. It's not like they had a horrible like relationship. He really. I can't think right now.
Right.
He really has like social issues. He was kind of born just different. Like he had severe ADHD. He really doesn't have any friends. His dad is no good. You know. He came to live with me for a little bit, and she wanted him back. You know, for one last chance. Like we can make this right. To start going to school and stuff. She just bought him a $100 jacket that she knew he'd just throw on the floor just because she thought he'd like it, you know. She cared about him. She didn't just, my mom's not cruel, you know.
Yeah.
Was Kevin ever abusive to your mom?
No, he was never like physically abusive or anything like that. And he would pop off at the mouth and tell her crazy stuff, you know, like, you know, fuck you, you fat bitch. Stuff like that. And she would just like let it eat her alive, you know. Like yesterday she was just really upset, and I was just trying to calm her down, and she said, yeah, you know.
Right.
When's the last time you saw Kevin? But was he acting just like
No,
he always
he was
does,
acting
or was he
normal.
acting different?
He was acting normal. I'm pretty sure that this was just a spur of the moment type of thing.
He's always had a few issues?
Yeah. Like when he was little, out of nowhere, like he would just draw shit that was bad. People getting shot, stuff like that for no reason.
Has he ever threatened to kill you or your mom?
Never.
Or anything? Okay.
No, never.
Well, we're gonna tell you this. We haven't told anybody else, but he wrote some notes before he did what he did.
Oh,
and we're
wow.
worried about you because
Okay.
You were on the list.
he was planning on killing your mom and killing you, and then leaving town.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's not. He admits it's not crazy. He admits it. You know,
It was a fantasy.
got issues. He's got
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he's got issues. That's what he says.
Holy fuck.
Whatever. You were on the list. You wanted to do your That's why I was worried about you. I wanted to make sure you were okay. And he said he hadn't hurt you yet. Yet. You know. Is she your natural brother or is she your stepbrother?
He's my half brother, and
Your
this is his crazy dad's genes in him.
Where's his
He's
dad
never
now?
he's met his dad like one time. He's just like his dad.
Does he
His
live
dad's
in town or
jail.
somewhere else?
His dad's been in jail all his life.
What's his dad's name?
Kevin Davis.
So he's junior?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How was my brother during all this? Was he just straight faced?
Yes.
He's here in another room. Okay. Someplace to doing it. So he admits doing it. He's got no bones about it.
I can't believe it.
Like I said, your brother's a little strange. Okay.
You had no indication in the past that he was violent, or I mean, I know you say he's done drawings and
We've
stuff.
had fights face to face where we are screaming at each other, and he's never, ever hit me. He's never, ever done anything like that. I've never even seen him really get so angry to where he'll punch a wall. I've never seen that.
You're the one that punches the wall, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything you want? Is there anything you want to ask me?
I guess they're gonna find out now, right? How she died or whatever.
They beat her to death.
All right.
Okay. It's all right now. That's all they have to
That's
do.
so fucked up. That's worse than stabbing. That's worse than.
Did she?
Oh my God.
Yeah, he beat her to death. Go ahead and share my phone.
Just beeping. Alright.
You've
Yeah.
taken a lot in this last 5 minutes. You can see the such a work on the number. Just let me take a closer look.